Hey everyone, and welcome to Monster Monday.
No.
Try again.
Try again.
Today's my day.
Tuesday. Monster Monday is Monday.
Monday.
Today's Tabletop Tuesday. Yes. It feels like a Monday. Yeah, we're having a little bit of technical issues, but what would one of my streams be without some technical issues? So, Sarah's struggling to get in a little bit. We'll see what happens.
Can anyone hear me now?
Yes!
Yep. Yay!
Yay!
Holy freaking Hallelujah! I have no idea what happened.
I don't know, I accidentally deleted you from the server and all kinds of shit. I don't know what the hell was going
I
on.
noticed that. It's just like, the strikes in your house.
Enough
Right.
of this nonsense.
It was literally just, no, done right now. Goodbye. Yeah, that was purely
And that is
accidental.
how Mia was killed off.
Promise you. So, yeah. Hey everyone, we're live and we actually have all of our players. Say hello, players.
Hello.
Hello!
What up?
So we have got Ku playing Malron. We have got Blaine in here as Caliban. We've got Cody in as Mia. And we have got Phil in as Tobias. Lovely, lovely players. Not so great characters, some of them.
I don't know what you mean.
But yeah, they've been doing really well. They've come into Phandelver. They've managed to rescue Tresendar, a local hero. They have managed to create some fantastic little links in the town as well. Like, a few people now probably owe them favors, right? And yeah, everything seems to be going quite well. What's that?
The night is early.
This is earlier on in the evening. So, yeah, they've done really well. They're at the moment currently in they've just kind of left the farm and they're heading
We're
towards...
about to leave the farm.
Oh, are you still in the farm currently?
Yes.
No, Lily. Someone wants to do something.
No, I think I know what you guys said you were going to do next, and I was just like, oh, so they're
Yeah,
heading
and
towards. So currently,
that is the plan, but we haven't actually physically left the farm yet.
okay.
For reasons.
So everyone is at the farm currently, and I'm gonna shut up there. Okay, so basically they're all in the farm. They've currently gone to this farm because Jacob made a really quite sizable tip to the channel last week and quietly asked if it would be really cool if a goat showed up. So I did it just for shits and giggles. The goat showed up and brought the team money,
Wow.
Oh,
Don't give me money.
and now the party knows exactly why the random goat showed up in the storyline.
I wish you hadn't told me, because that would have kept me guessing.
However, the goat did then lead them
Ruined.
to a genuine part of the story. Also, pardon me, I'm kind of eating because I've not long got home. I'm just a complete mess today. We had our bathroom
We'd have
replaced, so
Ruined and gone, what about that goat of yours? And he would have gone, what goat? And we would have been none the wiser.
oh, I've ruined everything. Oh no! Damn, I'll learn. But yeah, so we're gonna. I mean, yeah, the party went to the farm. They learned a little bit about a druid who's gone missing up by Thunder Tree, which is a location a few of the players wanted to head to anyway. And they also learned a quite potentially valuable bit of information from a child of all sources. Yeah.
They are our future.
But it potentially quite interesting depending on how things go. I'll leave it at that, and I'm gonna shift over to the players. They were currently, being helped along by the wonderful and quite lovely lady here, who was really helping them out. Let them clean up, gave them drinks. I believe they all managed to get a lovely short rest, which, especially for the Warlock, was a big deal. But they all have the potential to roll hit dice to recover some HP, which I believe Tobias utilised.
Badly, yes. Yes, I did.
Badly. And repeatedly in the end, wasn't it? Because of how
Yes.
badly that went.
The one on D12.
D12 for. Shut up.
Roll one, damn. Okay. But yeah, no, the really lovely Quelyn Alderleaf was there to help. And now they're going to plan what they're going to do next. They have an idea. I'm going to pass it over to them as they're sitting around the table drinking apple juice and recovering. See what goes on.
Coin tricks.
Oh yeah, and doing tricks for the child.
Yeah, no, that's... I've sold this like I'm going to be here for hours, but this is literally 30 seconds before we bugger off, I promise. Flip that table. Who are we starting?
We will start. Yeah, do you know what? I'll pull you in with Quelyn. So, from just what you said, you seem to be quite busy around town. What is it you plan on doing next? Subtle as a brick.
Well, I believe a couple of people intended that they wished to have a quick chat with the town master. Believe me, you were talking about that you wanted to visit that. Is it Edamuth, the... Is that the gentleman? Oh no, it was at the orchard. I can't remember what his name was.
That and that. Yes and yes. Edamuth, I think. Aye.
Yeah, I think that was his name. Going through notes.
Ah, D&D notes.
Yes, yes, that was it. Darren Edamer.
Yes, no, you'd mentioned that you wanted to see him, and we were going to have a chat with the townmaster about... I know I'd moved from card tricks to coin tricks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sat there and I've basically got 5 gold in front of me. And... God, what was the small child's name? Oh, who cares, it's a small child. It's a small child.
Actually, his name was never revealed to you guys last time. It never really came up. But I'll say that at some point the mother mentioned that his name was Carp, as in the fish.
Oh,
Fine.
small child.
Strong name.
For a fish. A few coin tricks. And as it simple things like making one pile of gold disappear and appear in the other hand and that kind of stuff. I did roll a natural 20, so I will allow that. Okay, so you want to be an adventurer, yes?
Oh, are you kidding me? That's everything I want to do in life.
Well, there's an important lesson to start with. If you want to be an adventurer and you want to do mission, sometimes you've got to realise that you need to start small. So from the pile of 5 gold, I'll take the 1. You've helped us quite considerably with your information about the issues out in the woodland. So scouts tend to get paid. And I'm looking at the mum. This isn't meant to be creepy. I'm looking at the mum and just advising what I'm doing. And I put the 1 gold on the table and said, so scouts get paid.
He needs an adult.
Pile and go, there is another important work that you do when you start being an adventurer, and that's guards. Now, it's not the most glamorous of jobs, but it gets your name and it gets your reputation. Viable. And guards have to stick with the mission they're given, okay? Just making sure the small child is paying attention.
I'm getting my first mission? And he looks up to his mum and goes, Mum, I'm an adventurer! And she's just like, she's grinning. She knows exactly what you're doing with this.
This pile of gold, it is secure with the person you need to be guarding and the place that you need to be guarding. Because, as you've said, there's the bad men out in the woods and there's the bad men out in the town. And where it's just you and your mother here, you need to make sure that she is safe. guard this farm? Looking at the boy. Oh,
You want me
it's
to?
not rhetorical. I'm actually asking for. I'm waiting for an answer.
You want me to guard my home?
Missions to begin with. I need you, as the guard and protector of this farmstead, remain within its boundaries, protect its occupants, until such time as the danger in this town has passed. Do you think you can do that?
Yeah. I know this place better than anyone, and I've got my sword. And he holds up. The
Bear in mind,
toy sword.
although, you know, the money's here, the client is, the person you're guarding, she's the one who is going to make sure that you keep to the contract. You think you can do that?
Well, yeah. Easiest money in the world. Look, Mom, I'm already being paid.
Indeed. But, as I say, it's the small jobs that will build you up a reliable reputation. Now, as I say, until she states that it is for faith, and that the farmers no longer need your guarding, this is your task. And you're up and strong for it, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Now, there's no running off, because you're the only one guarding this. You haven't got backup here, this is all on you.
Right, I've got this. I can do this. And without another word, he rushes past you all and out and begins like literally walking around the outside of the big field that is their farm.
I stand up, hand the full gold to his mother, and go, well, hopefully that will tire him out within sight of the building.
She shakes her head. I don't require any payments. That's... No.
I'm not paying you. He's the one guarding.
She nods and smiles and takes it. Far be it from me to deny my son his first paycheck.
But yes, remind him if he strays, it's not that he's disappointing his mother, he's breaking contract. Apparently at that age, that will be more of a wound than the other. Thank you for your help.
And thank you for yours. If you do manage to find Radolf, please send him my regards. He was a good friend. He's helped me many times.
Thank you.
She kind of busies herself throughout the room, cleaning up. She seems to be cleaning dishes at the moment.
Right, well, if you finish playing, Tobias, we should probably head off, eh?
Yes, no, my apologies. You wanted to go... So where next? The orchard. I know one sounds slightly more pleasurable than the other.
Whichever's closer.
Oh, I believe that's the Townmaster's Hall. Shall we?
Aye.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Yeah, Krillin kind of, she's giving you a grin as you go out. She's busying herself around the place. You make your way out through the door, and it's, now that you know exactly where it is, it's not far to the Townmaster's Hall at all. What you see when you approach is a large building. It's big, thick, strong stone walls, which compared to some of the other buildings in town is pretty extravagant already. There's a pitched wooden roof and a bell tower at the back end of it. On the board next to the front door, which you saw earlier, says the Townmaster's Hall. As you approach, get closer, you'll notice there's a piece of paper, and in block letters at the front, at the top even, are the words reward, and then there's writing below.
I wish to read it.
Immediately, Maron seems intrigued and walks up to the sign. The sign states, Reward, orcs found near Wyvern Tor. Those of a mind to face the orc menace should inquire within. There is a seal, which you have seen on a few buildings in the town, and a signature that is impossible to read.
I report this to the others and just say, interesting that he seems more interested in dealing with the orcs than actually dealing with the problem inside his own town, isn't it?
Well, I get the impression that at least the orcs are something that, well, he can blame on orcs. If it's the locals or those individuals, it's not such a cut and dry matter.
Indeed.
Shall we?
After you.
So, I imagine I will find myself being a little bit short on this gent. Curbing my tongue at this point. Caliban?
Aye, let's go. I'll walk in the door. Oh, you bastard!
I will follow him in to that marching tune.
The door was closed, however was not locked. Caliban essentially walks almost through it. He walks in with such force. He is clearly pissed off already. With the loud shout and bang, you can see you're now in a corridor, quite a lavish corridor. For the first time of any of the buildings you've seen thus far, there is a carpeted floor. There are candelabras hung on the wall and rather extravagant paintings, as well as one large, what appears to be gold-framed mirror, and a side table. There are a few doors that lead off, but straight ahead of you, it opens up into a large kitchen. And standing just behind the open door there, turning to face you with shock on his face, is a large, incredibly overweight man. He has, what's it called? Mutton chops that move into a handlebar mustache for a full, white, elegant, well-kept facial hair, but no beard. He is balding and wearing quite fancy, almost travelling clothes.
See you. What are you doing with these Redbrand fools in your town?
What's the meaning of this? What is going on?
You're letting people get fleeced and murdered in your town.
What? Who are you people?
Listen, right? I might have lost my temper, but this town needs something doing to it. The Sleeping Giant Inn.
What about the Sleeping Giant Inn? He stepped through the
sorted
door.
Your problem.
Steps up towards Caliban, and is looking a little bit more bold now. What problem? What have you done?
Dispersed of the Redbrands, and we'll probably go and deal with the rest later, but you can't have that in your town.
Oh. I mean, they're not much trouble. They're just a mercenary guild, really. I mean, let's be honest.
The landlady's sister was murdered, and she was kin.
I fucking love hearing the word murdered in a Scottish accent. I can't.
I'm not. I need to go watch some I haven't watched Taggart in years.
Oh my god, that's what it's from. Okay, yeah. Murdered. Yeah, sorry. Well, the Sleeping Giant has been on its way out for many years. I'm very sorry to hear about the loss of life, of course, but I mean, what you've done is essentially riled up a hornet's nest. They're going to come down on us like nobody's business.
This is why you've got militia to look after that.
Oh, they've all left. Kept asking for more and more money. This town is poor, you know.
Yes. As I say that, I'm looking round the opulent chamber with a look of "Don't give me that bullshit" open on my face.
He seems to miss this entirely. He backs up into the kitchen. Come in, sit down.
Oh, Caliban, you started this.
Oh, has he got a like a goblet or anything on his table that he looks like he's been drinking from?
His table is essentially it looks like a feast. There is what appears to be part of a hog roast in the center of the table, carved off of a larger animal. There is one large silver goblet that is full to the almost brim with wine, and a more than half empty decanter next to it.
I will begin to help myself.
Oh, that's absolutely preposterous! He comes over, starts fussing with it, so takes the decanter away like after you've already started drinking. Excuse, those are my private reserves.
I'll just take my hammer out and just place it on his table. Hey,
Jesus.
sit down.
I look over at Mauron and go, and you were worried about me?
Apparently I was focused on the wrong one.
The entire table kind of creaks under the weight of the hammer.
No, let's sit down and have a civilized conversation.
He like all the colour drains out of his face, and he sits down in the seat where the goblet had been placed in front of. There are a number of like plain wooden chairs surrounding the table. The chair he sinks into is rather well cushioned. The cushion that you could have noticed when you first came in was almost imprinted with his backside.
No, we're here. We can do you a favour, right? And we can sort out these Redbrands, but you need to keep your town in check. You need to sort it out. You need to keep it safe.
Well,
That's your job.
of course I have been.
Not very well.
What did you suggest I do exactly?
Well, you should stop fancying yourself out and paying some proper folk to help you.
That's
That's perfectly reasonable. That's what that is.
Master Wester, what happened to the militia?
Oh, absolutely! It was absolutely ridiculous. They were holding the town hostage. They refusing to do any work unless they were paid double what they were earning. Ridiculous.
And what were they earning?
I don't see how the matters of the town's coffers are any of your business.
True. Can't imagine that the Redbrands have made the town any more financially lucrative.
Exactly. Oh, I mean, no. They're security in themselves.
Because you have people taken off the streets who never return. You have husbands who speak up against them, murdered, and then the wives and children vanish. And that's security. Is that security to you, Master Wester?
How law works, isn't it? You know, corporal punishment and that. It's only a few of the troublemakers anyway. He seems genuinely confused.
I'm not actually going to use the skill in particular. Facing into the room, and people. Can I get people to make? Am I allowed to ask people to make a perception check? Sean?
Yeah, if people would like to make a perception check.
I will look around. Nailed it. I didn't nail it.
Super nailed it.
I will say that Cody can hear us, so
She's vanished again.
yeah, no, she's essentially her computer restarted itself, so she can hear on the iPad, she can hear what we're saying, so she's up to date, but she won't be taking part in any of the actions until her computer fucking starts working.
Right. Okay.
So, Cody is here in voice only.
Well.
Damn technology.
Let's assume that she rolls reasonably well, and I'm not. To be fair, no, this is quite a simple one, and it's more the fact that
I'll
I'm
tell you
really
what.
sick of saying the
I'm
thing.
gonna
I
roll
can
a
roll a
thing.
physical dice if you want.
Yeah, do it. If you remember what your plus is, yeah, absolutely.
But you have to make sure you can hear it in the mic for effect.
I think my. If you do you have my character sheet open, SJ?
I'm afraid I don't. I can get it though.
No, it's alright. I think my perception is a +1, so.
Go for it.
Wow.
You can hear it.
Old school.
Oh, Ratty, thank you for the cheer and thank you for the bits. It's so appreciated. If anyone's in
I
chat, if
got
we could
it.
get some hype, that'd be great. What did you get?
I got a 10. So 10
Oh,
from
I-
11.
That's
I'm
pretty good.
suggesting, I was kind of looking for an average, and I'm happy with that. So it's just because I'm lazy, Sean. Is you kind of watch Tobias, and I'm not saying anyone's looked particularly closely into his eyes before, but they're kind of like a darkish blue, almost borderline green. You can, as he stands there, and as you can hear that guy speak, you actually physically watch the colour drain from his eyes to they're nearly white. And he gets that strange grin on his face.
Oh, I'll jump in there. Everyone, you've seen this grin before during battle. It's happened a couple of times now, where you've literally... physically, he doesn't change a great deal, but he seems to relax almost, and gets this murderous grin.
It's about to go down.
It's not. I'm going to walk out of the building.
Oh, right, okay.
So you see the
God,
colour...
about to go down.
You see his eyes almost go a pure white as the colour starts to drain from them. He grins, and then almost like with the last bit of his control, he walks himself out of the room. Is that man all right? Townmaster asks the rest of you.
I think you've pissed him off. He's the one you want to worry about as well.
Right, can we start this again? Who are you people?
I am Caliban. That's
He
all
looks
you
around.
need to know.
He looks Caliban up and down concernedly, and then looks over to Maron and Mia.
I'm just giggling behind a hand.
Mia's kind of going, just like, I have no idea what's going on here. I'm so
Okay.
confused.
So, you're Caliban. Who are you? He asks Maron.
Malron, pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'll flash my signet ring.
That remains to be seen, although he does take very much of a notice of your signet ring. And you? He turns to the female of the group.
I'm Mia.
Mia.
I have nothing flashy to show him. That's just me, yeah.
His eyes seem to focus on your horns for a bit.
I return the glare. It's like, you've never seen a tiefling before.
We don't get a lot of them around here. Still,
That doesn't make an excuse to stare.
apologies. He looks down and away. Apologies. Right. You say that I need people to help put the town to rights. Fine. Help me do so.
I'll hear you out.
Well, you've already started attacking the Redbrands. What do you intend to do when they bring down the wrath of the rest of them on us?
Well, we'll try and get rid of them before that happens. In their hideout or whatever it is. Hey,
Do you know where they are?
we've got an idea. I'm not going to give you too much information though. You seem to be quite close to them. Hey,
Oh shit.
Close to them, I am doing everything I can to protect as many people as I can.
tell that to the 7 dead bodies in the sleeping giant inn.
Are you with that Sildar fellow?
Aye, we helped him out.
then perhaps I can give you some information that will help. However, should any of you be captured by the Redbrands, I did nothing to help you. Are we clear?
We're clear.
So what are you going to do to help us?
They're in Tresendar Manor. That is where they place their home. But they are not there on their own. They are... They seem to be reporting to someone outside of the town.
See.
And
we don't
you
know who that
who
is.
this is.
Okay.
Roll me a soda.
I couldn't possibly say. However, your friend Sildar burst in here in an equally awkward manner this morning, talking about a friend of his that he thinks might be up at the manor. Have you heard of the Lord's Alliance?
No.
Briefly.
The Lord's Alliance are a guild of sorts. They take action to secure people's lives, which sounds positive, but they stick their noses often in places where they shouldn't be. Sildar is a member of this guild, and apparently he says the Redbrands have kidnapped this friend of his, who is also a member, and they have him up at the manor.
That'll be that. What's it, fella? Hey,
Gundren.
that'll be the one.
Indeed.
No. We know Gundren. He's done trade with our town. This was someone else. It was a wizard. Iarno Albrecht. That's the name. Not someone I recognize.
Haven't heard that one before.
Perhaps your friend Sildar isn't telling you everything.
Perhaps not. What kind of reward would we be looking for if we did do this for you?
I'm sorry.
We've already killed 7 Redbrands. You want us to clear out the rest of the manor. What would we be offered?
Should we not discuss this after you've carried it out?
Well, considering this has now become a timely matter, I feel you should sweeten the pocket now.
Instead, I will... Fine. If you manage to survive whatever it is you plan on doing with Tresendar Manor, I will give you each 100 gold and something else that I must secure between now and then.
I look to Caliban and then to Mia.
Sounds good to me.
I think I could live with that.
To be honest, I would have done it for free, but 100 gold's fine with me. And I will walk out.
I do love dwarves.
Now that
They
the...
certainly make life interesting.
I'll pick up my hammer first.
Oh yeah. He watches your hammer like intently as you take it out of the room. And that's not a euphemism or a metaphor.
Oh, there's me hammer.
And with those ruffians gone, what brings you here, you two? Why are you together? You don't seem like you gel.
Which two is he talking to?
You two. You haven't left yet.
Oh no,
No,
me
I
and
haven't.
Mia
I thought-
both said we followed them out of the room.
Oh, my bad. I apologize. He shouts after you into the corridor. A group of adventurers, and you're not going to help the town with its orc problem? Silence.
silence is golden.
Eventually, as you guys are walking away, you hear the door slam quite loudly. Okay, Mia and Maron, what you doing?
Looking for Tobias and Caliban.
Yeah, presuming they haven't gone far.
Not too sure about Toby.
We're not play fight in the dirt. No, we're not.
No, we're really not.
Yeah, mud wrestling.
Wow. Everything got a little bit sexual.
No, when Caliban moves outside, I'm not by the door, but if he kind of glances over towards the main square, bit of greenery in front of the line shield,
Oh yeah.
and I am literally just sat cross-legged on there eating an apple, watching the world go by.
That is where I would head.
Okay, you can see Caliban coming towards you now, Tobias, and I'm assuming Maron, Mia, are you guys following?
Hell yeah.
Yep.
You right, Toby?
So, intending to do anything?
He said if we go up there and sort him out, he'll give us 100 gold each, plus something else, which he has to procure first. Ooh, gosh.
They need to be gone anyway, but a little bit of money is never. So, Mia, the orchard.
Yes.
I believe you wanted to go.
I mean, yes, of course. But if we need to do the take care of the Redbrands first, then
I think
by all means,
I think
sure,
we can.
Sure, we can leave it.
Because we left quite early, didn't we?
Oh yeah, it's not even midday yet.
So yeah, we got up, murdered a bunch of people in a pub. Oh no, did we go to the church first?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
went
you
to
went to
the
the Shrine of
church.
Luck.
Went to the church, murdered a bunch of people in a pub, went and sat on a farm and had some orange and had some juice. Basically gone and shouted down the one official in town. No, it's not even lunchtime yet. So
Great time to be alive.
No, it's up to you if we feel that we need to head to the main building sooner rather than later. I understand, but
Well, I would be kind of worried that if the Redbrands find a bunch of their friends murdered or missing, they may retaliate on the town rather than find us.
True.
Probably best we deal with that first. I'm sure the chap at the orchard can wait a few more hours.
understood.
And more importantly, do we just rock up to the manor, or do we use that place that the boy was talking about? We try and find it.
Oh yes, I definitely suggest we use the hidden entrance in the woods.
It does seem.
That has my vote.
So go through the front door it is then. Alright.
You
I'm
can do
joking,
that,
I'm
Caliban.
joking. Yes, but
Split
We'll find a
party. So we're heading off towards the woods. We're giving the to Sildar before we go. I imagine he's gone back to the pub.
Really good idea, actually. Yeah.
Sildar is currently, if you walk past the Stone Hill Inn, he's actually stood outside.
Okay, well, it's not exactly out of the way, so we'll stop and talk to him first. Not the most expected start to a morning, sir.
Oh, greetings. How have you been this morning?
Well, got up, had some exercise. Of course. Apologies if we intruded upon any business that you had at that other establishment.
To be honest, I was merely trying to assess the situation. What you did was exactly what I had hoped you would end up doing.
Oh, well, that feels a little bit preordained, but there we go. We have just spoken to the delightful town master. Chap,
Ugh.
isn't he?
Absolute waste of space.
Do you happen to know how much the militia were asking? The exorbitant amount before?
I honestly have no idea. They
it's
were
really
being...
famous.
Last time I was in town, I know for a fact, as I was being asked to lead them at one point and to train them, that they were being paid 2 gold per week. Which, while decent for some, is honestly, I think, an insult to militia.
Yes, apparently they were asking for a whole 4.
With this many difficult people in town, I could understand that they might want it for, well, protection, danger money, I suppose, is how it would be put.
Well, that's why this town doesn't have a militia anymore. He basically refused to pay.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Mia and
wrong,
Mauron have voiced concern that our actions earlier today may have repercussions on the town if those that are in the manor visit their friends in the pub. So we're of a mind to visit them first.
That makes sense to me, I suppose. The quicker the Redbrands are taken out, the less likely it is that they would lash back.
Turning around to the rest of them, I left early. Did he know of how many or who's in there, or?
No. You just said they're in there. You also mentioned that you, Sildar, are a member of some alliance.
Quite how he knew that is beyond me, but I make no secret of it to people I trust. I am a member of the Lord's Alliance, yes. We are a guild of... Most of us were former adventurers, much like yourselves, who decided that rather than seek any kind of glory or such, we would join together and attempt to make sure that justice is done. That people who seek to harm those who are living either come to harm themselves or are put right.
I can get on board with that. They also mentioned you got a friend that might be captured.
I heard of one of our guild members, Iarno. He's a good wizard, good man. He was supposed to be coming here before myself and Gundren, and the last he was seen, he was in a scuffle with the Redbrands just outside the manor, and he has not been seen yet.
Right. Oh, sounds fortunate.
How can he be identified?
Oh, well, he's a short man, dark-bearded wizard. He's a human. He's younger than I am, only in his early 30s.
Well, I'm sure we'll keep an eye out for him, eh?
Anything that... Any particular garb that he would be wearing?
The clothing he was last seen in were he was wearing red robes. He struggles and trips over those words.
Wet wolves.
Red wolf. Yeah, it's almost like the DM was tripping over those words rather than the player.
Go figure.
Okay. The town master apparently offered a reward of such to deal with them, but I think that was, from the sounds of it, mostly to get us out of his hair. What little he had left.
He is not the most useful of people. Let's put it that way. But I was hoping to... Well, I was considering going up to the manor myself, but if you are all going up there, I could perhaps get on with some other work I had around town.
It sounds good.
Plan. But you concur sooner rather than later.
Absolutely.
Right. Perhaps of another path. So we are going to try that rather than simply walk to the front door.
Aye.
Okie dokie. The way out to the... I'm totally not preparing another map. I don't know what you're talking about. The way out to the woods that the boy told you about are past the farm. If you go out past the farm down into these trees, he gave you quite detailed, quite a detailed way to get through.
I'm going to laughingly attempt to use when we get there anyway my knowledge of forests to see if I can spot a number of traps.
That's fair. If all of you could roll me a survival, and Mia, I whispered you a thing.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
I saw the thing.
Okay. So if you could do that for me as well, that'd be appreciated.
Yeah, will do.
Survival's the only one I haven't bothered to actually... Is this before we reach the woods?
This is when you get to the woods. You can roll yours with advantage because this is obviously your terrain.
That's what I was checking.
Yeah.
I did not mean to do that twice.
And survival is +4. Go on with that. So either an 18 or a 20.
Wow.
I'll go with 20.
Ranger powers.
Yes, ranger powers.
Yes.
Power Rangers.
Same. Oh, this is awkward.
Okay. Wow. The dwarf paladin rocks up and is like, "Yep, know what I'm doing." Yeah, you've all done pretty well. I mean, obviously, working as a group, you'd be able to guide each other. Oh, Mia rolled that even.
That was
Sorry.
That was me.
Caliban
Yeah, I
rolled
rolled
no
a 7. I got that.
Sorry, what?
Caliban staring at his feet again. Oh, shiny.
Whoa! Now.
Oh, you can hardly talk. You've nearly gone South African once or twice.
But yeah, no, you managed to get your way through the forest pretty well. You'll notice that Tobias, despite the fact that you're usually the one tracking through the forest pretty quickly, Malron seems to be moving with specific purpose. In a similar direction to the direction you'd want to go in, but he seems to know where he's going.
I will take no umbrage at this. I would just quietly grind my teeth.
It doesn't take you guys very long. I mean, obviously, with the forest, Tobias, you move a bit quicker than the others. But I'd imagine you'd be, keeping yourself back so you don't get separated and lost.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, it takes you all about 20 minutes or so to get through the forest. And once you do, you approach what appears to be the side of a mountain. And from here, you quickly find exactly what it was that the boy was talking about. Yeah. You find that this thing opens up into what appears to be a tunnel. There is a small cave, and that leads into a tunnel that appears to be almost single file. And with that, I'm going to move y'all to a new map. They may need a little bit of scrolling to be able to see where you guys are.
Boopy.
Right at the bottom.
Yeah.
Right at the bottom.
Wow, that's...
The dwarf is in the wall.
Yeah, see, the dwarf is okay size-wise that he can stand next to you guys. But, wow, that's really weird how it does a weird outline like that whenever I try and hide an area. That's useful. Anyway, yeah, so you guys kind of walk in. It's a relatively small passageway, but it leads into what opens up into a much larger room.
Okay.
And I'll reveal a little bit more of that for you guys. You'll be able to see further than that from here.
First.
Oh, who has dark vision?
Me.
Everyone?
Is it literally everyone?
Everyone.
God damn
You
it!
can see all the things.
Yeah.
Darkness
Yeah.
in this campaign means nothing. Yeah, because you fucking. Okay, yeah. No, it means nothing. So basically, yeah, you don't even get to see it. It's in black and white. You see it in full-on colour. So what opens up is what appears to be a large cavern, in the centre of which is a crevasse. Crevasse? Wow, that sounded really posh when I said it like that. Crevasse. Yeah, I know that. Do you know what did it though? It was Tenacious D. Wonder Boy.
Nature's D. Yeah.
Wonder Boy. There, the crevasse! So yeah, you walk into this large room, and there is a bit of a crevice to the ground. There are different entrances and exits out of this place, and there is a few stone pillars that rise up from the ground to the ceiling. And there are 2 bridges spanning the centre of this place. I'm going to zoom out a little bit for everyone at home to see what the players can see.
I don't think I'll be jumping off these bridges.
The crevasse itself doesn't seem to be hugely deep from where you are. You'd have to get closer to see exactly, but yeah.
Oh well, challenge accepted for later.
Oh shit.
Before we go any further, and I'm going to grab the Redbrand capes that I have and just throw one to each person.
Sure, why not?
Just in case. I'm going to touch my face and turn into the Redbrand we killed first earlier.
Before we go in, and this isn't for anything right now, but this is for something that's going to come up later. Could everyone for me roll me a deception throw?
Oh, good.
I was also about to.
I'm sure I'm really good at that. Wait.
I was about to say, if we're trying to be sneaky, surely the fact that you brought visitors in through the secret back door, probably not the way that this. There you go.
Well, remember, more tend to come out than actually come in, so they've clearly been using this path as well.
Oh shit! You guys.
I've forgotten how to naturally.
We call her me.
I've forgotten how to naturally roll stuff.
Oh, /R.
Thank you.
Yeah, when you get used to using macros, you don't really use it anymore. I'm gonna write these down. God damn it!
Well, I wonder who's going to get caught later on.
You can go first.
Well, I probably would be anyway.
Okay, so that's your deception rolls. Can everyone,
Or
if you're going sneaky, you can roll me a stealth as well. That's fine.
Sure.
Thank you, Melon Sickle, for the host, and hello everybody. We're playing D&D tonight, so I don't talk to the audience as much on Mondays and Tuesdays because it breaks the story, which is what I'm doing right this second. But yeah, hi, we're playing D&D.
You're ruining my immersion.
So what you can see on screen is literally what the players are doing. We're playing online D&D. So I'm going to shut up now and get back to them. They've just rolled stealth as they're sneaking in a tunnel into
You're fine to that.
an underground. Oh, a little bit of stealth.
I've rolled crap. But don't worry, I'm clearly going to
I'm
see
very
it
sneaky.
later.
God damn it.
Mia just is doing a really convincing Redbrand and not giving a fuck.
Mia, Tobias, just strolling through, not a problem. I'm kind of getting at this point, Caliban may just have gone, fuck it, I'm not going to bother at this point.
Absolutely.
Armor.
Maron's a little... Maron could be sneaky, so at this point he gets kind of the option of whether he's going to be sneaky later on. We'll see what happens.
We'll have to step back from the rest of us noisy bastards then.
Okay, so yeah, no, that's... he's just like, yeah, fuck y'all. Fuck all of y'all.
I look around and I discover that I am going point whether I intend to or not. And it's... What is it for checking for traps and shiz again?
Investigate.
It's investigate.
Yeah, it'll be perception just for looking around. Investigate to look carefully for things.
Investigate. Oh, that's not as good as I thought it was. sorry. Why was I doing survival previously for that? I don't know. Wow. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna at least step up to the point where it starts to open up and around that corner or whatever.
Okay. Tobias, you hear a voice in your head.
What?
No one else is going to hear this, but I'm saying it out loud for effect purposes, because it's better than just whispering it. Tobias, you hear a voice in your head, and essentially what you hear is, "You have let down everyone who comes close to you. What brings you here?"
Father?
Wow.
Whoa!
You're the worst.
Sorry, Sean.
Tis okay. Okay. But yeah, you hear that in your head.
Okay. I take it this isn't charm-based or anything, it is just a voice.
Yeah. It's somewhat telepathic. You've kind of encountered this before, but yeah, that's what you hear in your head.
I've encountered this before, did you say?
Not this specific voice, but back in your last encounter.
Yeah,
Your
I am not
last-
a happy bunny if that's the case.
No, it was very similar to what you guys heard under the Hanging City.
Right, okay. Yeah. That voice is not making any friends.
No. It's
Yeah, I am basically going to turn around and still within sight of people, but basically mouth the fact that. And yeah, I am just going to carry on walking.
You can't me then about when you were saying mouth the fact that, and then it just.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to mouth back to the group. We are not alone.
Oh.
We're never alone.
I am stepping out, Sean, so hopefully I can get a bit of an idea
I
what.
can open up a little bit more of what
there.
you can see.
Unless you need me to come further forward for that.
No, that's fine. From where you are, you can see a lot more further down here. So you can see the passageway leading off to the east. So it's again, everything here seems to be comprised of thin tunnels supported by wooden walls, like it's been excavated, and then they have built walls to make sure that it doesn't collapse upon them. So
Right.
you can see that goes down there. Yeah, that's pretty much what you can see extra.
Right, are people following me?
Hi.
Following slightly behind.
There was a-
Walking
I'll follow at a distance.
around.
I love it.
Wait a minute, who's paying you to follow?
Okay. Oh, my Twitch page just crashed. Useful.
Yeah, you need to get that back up and running, dude.
Yeah, no, we're still streaming. It's just I can't see what's going on. There we go. Okay, cool. So yeah, a bunch of people have just come to watch, essentially, and I just wanted to, and my entire page just went into spinning ball of death. But yeah, we're playing D&D tonight, guys. Hi. Normally on Thursday and Friday it will be a gaming session, but tonight I don't talk to the audience very much because I'm part of the narrative. So I'll be typing to you. Please do type. But Friday and Thursday I'm playing games, and Saturday's my giveaway day. I'm doing lots of giveaways throughout the day. I'm playing Near Automata. So yeah, do keep a lookout. Meanwhile, as you step forward, guys, into this room, seamless right there, seamless. You'll see that this tunnel goes on much further in, and we start. At this point, you start getting. You see a door to the south. Hopefully, you can just about see it there on the map.
Stairs up
Up
or
we go.
down? Okay.
Yeah, over there. It goes.
No, but those
goes-
stairs
Oh, the stairs.
up, not down.
No, they go a little bit further down, but there's only a few of them. It's not massively deep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not massively deeper. It's not like it's going up an entire floor. You're very much getting the feeling that this is below the manor. This is all beneath the manor at the moment.
Okay.
So yeah, you can see things over there, things over there. That one that goes east starts curving down to the south. As you get closer, you can realise that the actual crevasse in the centre of the room isn't that deep. It's, although the fissure itself is about 10 feet wide, but it's only about 20 feet deep. You can see that there is something at the bottom that doesn't appear to be stone. If anyone would like to look closer, they'll need to roll me a perception check, because it is dark even with your dark vision.
I would like to do that. Let me point myself safely. Let's do it here. Sure.
Okay, yeah, sure. If you roll me a normal perception check, it's a really low thing to see.
Oh,
God damn it!
Okay, yeah, cool. No, that's fine. You actually, it was not that difficult. As you look down to the bottom, you can see that there's a lot of bits of debris and stuff, bits of rock that they perhaps excavated. But it's also very cold. You're getting a sense, you're definitely getting cold coming up at you. And whatever's at the bottom, although it does seem to be debris and rock, there seem to also be human body parts. Well, I say humanoid body parts. Some of them are really fresh looking, quite fleshy.
As Caliban has stepped up to there,
Some of them
as I see more towards the bridge, I kind of wanted to get to here, just to make sure that there's nothing the other side of this stone.
That's fair, yeah, because that is a pillar. As you walk around there, you don't see anything. However, the voice in your head is back. You're all going to die just like your brother.
Well, I find that unlikely because there's no ritual circle here and no Spider Queen being raised upon the earth.
Yet.
Did you say that aloud?
No. Sorry, that. I should have advised that's an internal monologue. Because while two people have got that Caliban would be like, what? I am having a rapport with the voice basically saying, yeah, considering that was a bit of a one-off situation.
So is Tobias actually talking to himself? Is this all internal?
Internal.
Okay, so you guys have no idea, basically. So yeah, Caliban, you're getting a wave of cold, and all of you will be feeling it. The closer you get to the crevasse, the colder it gets. But yeah, there's definitely, as well as rock and rubble down there, there's also a lot of bodies. Some of them are skeletal, some of them are full-on fleshy, don't look like they've been dead that long at all.
This bridge, does it look stable?
Oh yeah. Well,
More so than the ones in the Goblin Cave?
not necessarily. They're both. Well, this one you can see a lot better. They are made of rope and wood. They seem to be held quite well.
Okay.
Would you like to have a closer look? Do you want to do a full investigate check?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, go for it. Okay,
Oh, sorry, it's a 15. I got a +1. I didn't realise.
that's alright. Although these are really well built bridges, you can absolutely see that this one right here can quite easily be dislodged. It's designed so that you can go across it and then knock it down. You feel like you'd have to be careful going across it, and that whatever goes across this one's smaller than the one to the north. This one would probably collapse if you were too heavy.
Okay, well, let's not go over that one. I've got metal armor.
Turning round to Caliban, at least who is within reasonable earshot, and just say, I want to scout out this room before moving on. I don't.
That's okay, pal. I'm not trying to whisper. That's okay.
He's so shouting basically back at you.
I don't want whatever's in here at our backs when we leave this chamber.
Have you seen something?
No, but I get a sense that there's something here with us.
See? Didn't you ask it to come out?
I am going to internally go. I'm actually internally going to ask. Do you not want to come out and talk face to face?
You hear two different voices reply. They don't do it at the same time, thankfully, so it's easy to understand. The same voice that you heard before goes, "What makes you think there's anything here but you?" And then another voice, this one almost animalistic, says, "I'm scared you'll attack me."
Sorry, I missed that. Did it say attack me?
I'm scared you'll attack me. Yeah, he's scared of you, basically.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I didn't hear the first bit. I just heard the words attack me. I'm like, golden.
No. The first one, yes. The first one says, "Are you sure it's not just yourself here?" The second one goes, "I'm afraid that you will attack me."
Right. I'm going to perceive the room now that I'm actually fully in it.
Go for it.
I missed my advantage. 14. Fuck me.
14 is better. Maron, you get the sense that there is something moving in here with you. With your knowledge of magic, I'll say that you and Mia can both tell that something magical is happening with that crevasse, but you're not sure what. So yeah.
Can I arcana that?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, arcana, detect magic, that kind of stuff's useful, probably. In this situation.
Probably.
Probably.
Ah, never mind.
I'll try and arcana too. Yep, now we're all good.
You can both tell, even Mia, you can tell that the cold coming from the bottom of the thing is magical. Maron, you don't even know what you're looking for here. You don't know what's going on.
I will close my eyes.
And I will mention to the group that, saying that cold draft that we can feel it is definitely magical in nature. Can't quite pinpoint what it is, but it's something to bear in mind.
So don't go down or fall down the crevasse.
I would highly recommend not doing that.
Alright.
We'll see.
Should we press on?
Sorry, what?
No, that was to us. That was Caliban asking, should we press on?
Oh.
I, however, wanted to say, DM, I would like to take a look around for tracks, basically. Now. Obviously behind us, well, we've walked there, but in front I'm kind of looking out, and I'm looking out for either boot prints or, unfortunately, potentially something else.
Yeah, that's fine. I'd say roll me some. Yeah, that's good. You've got it. You're fine. Okay. There are no boots. However, there are a few tracks. They don't seem to actually be connected at all. They're just single tracks in different places, and they seem to be slightly webbed, three-toed tracks.
So they're not leading in any direct. They don't appear to be leading in any particular direction.
No, and you've got things
They're just
like
all over the show.
there'll be a sudden left foot and nothing else. There'll be right foot, right foot, nothing. They're very weird. Very strange.
With that in mind, just to make you aware, where is that stat? Passive perception's 14. Carry on up towards the other bridge, but basically keeping an eye/ear out for the fact that I've kind of got evidence that there's something else in here with us. That makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
The plan would be to kind of go around that way, not hug the wall entirely, but follow it around up towards the second bridge.
Yeah,
Unless
sure.
I'm interrupted en route.
Let me reveal some more things for you.
And I'm not sensing anything moving in front or on the other side of the crevasse.
No, you're really not getting really anything. It's very strange. You can hear a little bit of movement from the north, but you're not sure what's going on where. I'll open this up a little bit more now. What you can see, there we go. And I'll scroll up a little bit on this map for the people at home. Because our players are quite spread out now.
Jesus Christ. Mauron?
I'm being stealthy.
Apologies. I'm like here.
That's a little less worrisome. Waiting at the door for the inevitable death of one of them.
But yeah, no, you don't see any...
I'm gonna see how this goes down.
Mauron do. Yeah, but this is, I mean, you can definitely hear movement. There are things moving around in here. You're not alone. But you haven't seen anything.
But you said
you haven't seen any
the
tracks.
north was the greatest thing.
Yeah.
Where I thought I had sound. Right, this bridge, because obviously I wasn't Caliban. Do you want me to... Is it an insight to see, or is it a...
Oh, it'd be an investigate if you want to check.
Ugh.
Looks fine to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to... You haven't stopped me to have me fall into the ground, so that's a good start.
Seems to be okay. You walk across the bridge, it sways a little as they do, but other than that, it's fine.
I haven't crossed it yet.
So, I am going to wait around. I'm going to basically parallel the bridge to this point and wait for the others to cross if they choose to do so.
I will attempt to cross the bridge.
You get across it without a problem.
Oh shit!
It creaks a little bit. It's obviously, you know, taking your weight a little bit worse than it did Tobias's, but it's fine.
Does it have, when I go over it, does it have the same sort of mechanism as the one in the south where you can dislodge
Oh yeah,
it? So-
it would be really easy to dislodge it. The way it's basically held up is that if you were to just basically gently tap the rope with a blade, it would undo. They're obviously designed so you could quickly run across them and drop them both.
I might wait until Caliban moves away from the bridge in case he decides to accidentally hit it with the hammer.
Wow, shots fired.
Wow.
Well, I won't mention Goblin Jam, but Goblin Jam. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Mauron, I'm going to say this out loud instead of whispering it now. You have seen a few things. Mauron, you can see that at the south point of the crevasse, there is a cave. There are things glittering in the cave. Down here, if you can still see it on your map, depending on how scrolled out you are.
Yeah.
So you can see that as you were walking, you could definitely see there's a cave down there, and there were things shining in it. You can also see that there is slight movement happening. What appears to be up near the ceiling. It's very difficult to spot. If you can imagine the Predator in the Predator movies, where it's just a slight shimmer of an outline, barely,
Say that.
Oh God.
barely visible. It has crossed over the crevasse and is basically, you know, it's up near the ceiling, near the other pillar, well, basically the other three are.
Well, shit.
I don't like this.
Okay, I will call back the thing to my side.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the place that seems to be moving.
Okay. This is going to be interesting. Right, let me just do a thing. Okay, so yeah, he does. Mauron whispers something to himself, which you'll all be able to hear because it's loud enough that something else could hear it. And then he just fires an Eldritch Blast at the ceiling, according to what you guys can see. Please roll me your to hits, Mauron.
Did you say roll hit?
Yeah, roll me to hit.
24. Hell yeah.
I was going to say below a 20, you're not going to hit the thing. It's got a lower AC than that, if it helps, but it is fucking invisible. You fire an Eldritch Blast, and you hit something in the ceiling. Caliban, Tobias, and Mia, you all look up almost involuntarily as you see him fire an Eldritch Blast up at the roof. The outline of this creature lights up. It drops from the ceiling and lands next to Mia.
What? The hell?
On tab, I'm regretting this. Wow. Okay.
It lands next to Mia.
He's
And
so beautiful.
I'll give you a little bit of... I'll let you roll me some damage while I do a little bit of description of this creature. What you all see is this creature that lands... No, not bad. This creature that lands beside Mia is... it stands about 5 feet tall, quite scaly with large spikes on its back. Very sharp claws. It's bipedal, but in the middle of its face, sharp fangs, almost like imagine an upright crocodile, but with one gigantic eye in the middle of its face.
I want it.
If anyone can see the stream, this is what the creature looks like.
Oh,
I've got a picture of it in my book. So anyone who can see the stream, that is the creature. This is called a Nothic. And as it lands, you can all hear it in your heads going, why?
I missed that. What did it
Yeah.
say?
I just got, you can all.
You can literally hear it psychically in your mind just screech, why?
I mean, my allies, I kind of had to.
And it tries to attack Mia.
No!
Sorry,
Not
Mia.
having any of that.
After this, we'll do initiatives. But it basically lands and immediately tries to attack you with its claws. So it reaches out. 1 swipe, 2 swipes.
Oh, and it misses.
Oh, that one didn't.
Yeah, no, the second one definitely hit.
Okay, this isn't even with its crit though. It does 10 slashing damage. Although you should have full health now, I believe, because... Oh no, you only had a short rest. Ignore me.
Only had a short one,
I don't
and
think-
I didn't use a hit die.
No, you didn't spend any hit dice, so you're exactly at the health you should be. So yeah, it reaches out, slashes you for 10 damage. Roll me some initiatives! As you guys fight the Nothic.
Nailed it.
Oh, yeah, Invictus, it is sad. He hit it with an Eldritch Blast. It could have been their friend. It could have been their friend.
I didn't know. Just saw something invisible. God damn.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna... Firstly, we need to get some battle music going.
Oh.
Oh!
It's unfortunate that you got that then.
I believe Mauron will be going first, unless the thing is quite quick.
That was pretty damn good, Maron. He's gonna roll his initial thoughts. And I don't think it's gonna be quicker than that.
Wow, okay.
Pretty close! Okay, that wasn't too bad actually. Alright, so we have got Mauron, Nothic, Caliban, Tobias.
I haven't got the highest deck still. Deck bonus to go last.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, not last, but...
No, you're not. It makes a difference. I'm gonna turn this music down a little bit because it's getting it's annoying me a little bit. Oh shit, Mia, your health is lower than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sorry. Level 3 magic user. Right, it is Maron's go.
I am going to stage whisper. And I'm going to move here.
But
You're an Eldritch Blast at the thing.
I love it. You're like, fuck off, I'm out of here, and then I'm gonna have to keep throwing magic at it. Yeah, go for it.
20 to hit.
That hits. Jesus Christ.
Damage. It's my turn.
I mean, I know Eldritch Blast is pretty much all Warlocks can do at this stage, but Jesus, they hit pretty hard. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's Maron's go. It is the Nothic's go. And I'm afraid it's going to go for Mia again. Is it-
Hi guys.
You know what? If I didn't move like you wanted me to.
Yeah, both. Yeah. Oh shush. Yeah, both hit.
Both of them hit.
I dead now.
Wow. Even the 12.
My AC is 10.
Oh, so squishy.
It's so squish.
It does 7 and then
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. I'm like.
Unconscious.
Yeah.
Was it the first one? Wait, hang on.
Oh no, it was the first one.
or
So
second one?
it's going to do the first hit on Mia, and then it's going to move up and do the second hit on Caliban. So Caliban does 12 hit you,
It does not.
so it will miss that one.
So you're not doing 2 automatic death saving throws then, Sean?
Being nice.
No, no. So, Mia, you are now unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it me?
It is now Caliban.
I will attempt to hit it. God damn it. That's my turn.
Okay. No, you missed, sadly. Tobias.
If I wanted to move Mia away, in it and her,
Yeah.
would that be considered an action, or could I technically do that a bonus action if I'm using my action to heal her?
I'll say you could drive her. You could drag her 5 feet away, and then heal her.
Yeah, it was more a case of I kind of wanted to stand in front of her, almost push her away and heal her at the same time. If
Yeah,
that makes
no,
sense.
I'll say that's fine. What I'll say is essentially what you do is you kind of get between her and the Nothic.
So yeah, I
And
want to
throw
move
a
her 5
potion.
feet.
Yeah.
No, heal her.
Oh, you got. Oh, yeah. Okay, no, ignore me. Go ahead.
So I want to push her 5 feet back, do that, and then roll. That does help if I actually do that first. Sorry.
That's okay. So Mia, you're currently
Never
at.
crit.
Yeah, you're currently at -3.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ooh.
So you can add that back on Mia. Mia is now conscious. She is, however, prone. So Mia, you're currently lying on the ground.
But I'm now stood between her and it.
Yep.
And if we're saying that's my action and my bonus action, that's me done.
I just want to say thank you, Toby. You're my new favorite person.
On the plus side, Mia,
Never.
it's now your go.
Oh, yay! Okay then. So is standing up a is that my action if I just wanted to stand up?
Standing up takes
Yeah.
half of your movement action.
Takes half of my movement action.
Yeah.
So you can still move half your movement, and you can still get your full action, which I think is really nice. Because older editions of D&D, it was much more than that. It was ridiculous.
Can I just say something? Can I interrupt ever so slightly? Did you say that Mia was on minuses?
She was on. Well, she was on 0 once you started. healing.
Edition. Because 5th edition, you don't have minus hit points, do you? Just
No,
have
you go
death
down to
saving
0,
throws.
and then you start doing the health saving throws. So Mia, you're on 8 at the moment.
Yeah.
I've put you.
Unless you get hit by damage that's your maximum HP, in which case, insta death.
Oh yeah, if you die
Okay.
and you take enough that you've lost more than your max HP of minuses, you die instantly.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Thankfully, I didn't get that to that point, but but yeah. So
Yeah.
I am on 8.
Yeah.
You are
Hooray,
indeed.
thank you.
That was the bias. Let's go. So Mia, it's your go.
Yes. I get
So,
it.
yeah, sorry to interrupt,
Uh,
but yeah, it's half your movement to stand.
Yeah. Okay. So I shall do that, and yeah. So I can move to there quite happily. Move there.
Oh, if only flanking was still a thing to bias and Caliban.
Um.
It is, but only for rogues.
Only for rogues.
I am going to cast Firebolt on the dude.
Go for it.
Oh.
Damn it! I keep forgetting to get my. I'm gonna load my thing up for next time. Yep, that's fine. It misses, sadly.
Yeah. That's me done.
Where is my critical? Search my computer for critical fumble table. But yes, Malron, it is your go. As we come back to the top of the.
Sweet.
ground.
I'ma stay where I am. And I'ma throw an Eldritch Blast at him, I guess. To hit, that hits. 11 damage total.
Rigged. Just roll the rigged.
I know, right? What the fuck?
Yeah. And I'm just gonna scream out to him, if you want to give up, now's about your last chance.
It lets out a horrific screech, drops to its knees, and scream like it doesn't like you don't hear it through your ears. It's not auditory. You hear it psychically. It screeches and goes, "I never wanted to fight in the first place,"
That's my turn.
It's the Nothic's go, and it literally drops to its knees and covers its head.
Ah.
That's a prone target, isn't it, Caliber?
It is time for jam.
Technically, he
If
is.
I hit.
He has essentially submitted. So if you go for an attack, it will be on a helpless victim.
Okay, then that's fine. That is what I'm gonna do.
Still jam time.
In fact, before I do that, because there's nowhere to sense evil in this, is there? Do I know enough about this to know if they're an evil creature?
Do you have knowledge nature?
I do not.
In that
Oh,
case,
I
you could
haven't
roll
got
me
it
a
yet.
straight intelligence, and I'll tell you what you would know.
Oh, good. Nope.
So are you essentially trying to find out if it's evil?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I mean, you've never encountered one, but you have heard words of what this is. And although you can't tell its exact alignment, you would know that you're probably supposed to smite it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do then. So, do you want me to roll to hit with advantage, or do I just hit it?
With the level of HP that it's on... do you know what? Roll me a hit. Just because I want to see if it's critical. Because I'll describe to you what happens. Okay. Essentially, you play golf with its forehead. You swing you swing your maul in an underhanded swing, cracking it in the lower jaw so hard that its head literally flies from its body and lands in the cave right down at the bottom of the crevasse.
Oh man!
It's incredibly impressive. It's a horrific crack. There is blood relatively everywhere around your legs.
Wrong.
On the plus side, it means you've all now seen the glittery stuff in the cave. And you've returned him to his home.
So what? So I knocked the head like over there? Where
You
I
literally knocked the head, all the way down there.
Shit!
Oh, what?
Right down to the like the southmost point of that crevasse.
Swing! Okay.
Okay.
Well, okay. Wasn't quite jam, but it'll do.
I'm getting quite tired of us not talking to fallen enemies before we kill them.
You do have a point. We do. Apparently, the diplomatic elements of this. I take it there's no sound of anybody else. No one's come out running, going, "What's that fracas?"
No one has seems to have reacted to it yet. If there is anyone around that could have heard it, they definitely haven't reacted to it as of yet.
Right. Well, there's one area at the moment that doesn't look like it immediately breaks off into a corridor. So, stepping over the corpse, going to stick my head around this corner. If anyone's going to loot what's left of the thing or whatever.
I'm
take
assuming
it
it's just
straight.
like skin, right? It's not wearing anything.
No, it's not wearing anything. It is fully naked. Okay, as you stick your head round, can you roll me a perception, please?
Ugh. Okay.
Well, fuck. In that case,
Nailed it.
you'll see that there are several people in this room. They're all trying to hide. They're all
Oh
doing
god.
they're all doing a relatively good job. However, with your perception, I know they don't look like it on the map though. Don't get me wrong; they look ridiculous on the map.
Right.
But yeah,
Oh,
you
no,
essentially
okay.
see there's a bunch of what appear to be Redbrands. They have the same kind of cloaks. They're all knelt down in corners, looking around at each other. They seem to be scared, nervous. They don't know what exactly is going on.
Oh, but don't worry, I'm full-on deception mode, so this is going to not go badly at all.
That was actually not for this. Don't worry about that when it comes to the Redbrands. That was for something else. I'll tell you in a bit, but not yet. So if you want to try and bluff your way through this, it will be a new roll, if it helps.
You've met me, right?
Yes, I have met you, and I know exactly probably how this is going to go.
Do we need another initiative? I take it I technically don't get a surprise round because they were expecting something to go around the corner.
Come on, roll me another deception.
Deception?
Deception.
Okay.
Deception, yeah. Roll me another deception first.
Trying to remember. Sorry, again, it's the one of the non-macro that I have, and I keep forgetting which alleged bonus I get for that.
Alleged.
No, it's.
Okay.
You just rolled a d8.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you
Sorry.
did. You rolled a d8.
Sorry, I rolled up. That was the medicine check, wasn't it?
It's a little better. Okay,
I
so
is Redbrand, y'all.
I am one of you, bros.
what is up, fellow children?
Hey, I'm Steve Buscemi with a skateboard and a baseball.
Yes.
Walking into the room, going, how is it with you, fellow children?
Okay, what is
That's
it?
my red.
Tell me what it is you would like to do, and I'll tell you how successful it was.
Oh no, I'm going to kick off entirely and stab things.
Wow.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to say.
Which is why I thought it was delightful that you were giving me an opportunity to do the deception check, because it was never my plan.
I'm going to say if you go for the nearest one to you, you're going to get the first attack off free before we roll up. Before we
You're
roll.
going to let me have the surprise round.
I'm letting you have one. Yes, one surprise attack.
Stumbling, trying to do the howdy, fellow students.
Hello, students.
And yeah.
Oh crap! Yeah, okay.
And damage
Go for it.
is stat.
Okay. 1 second. What have they got? My little red brands. Oh, okay. He's not dead. But you essentially, you walk in and stab the crap out of him. He has still got HP. It's just not a whole lot. And at that point,
and then as a bonus action at the end of this, I would, one particular Travis Willingham, I would like to rage.
oh, here we go. He said it out loud what he's doing now, guys.
It was such a big secret before.
I know. A thing is happening. I'm doing a thing, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna rage."
Yeah.
Yeah. So the ranger is now raging.
I was like, this isn't it.
The ranger is now raging. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You rage.
That's me.
Would everyone like to roll me some initiatives, please?
Well, okay.
I'm gonna get rid of that Nothic's body. Poor fucking thing.
Oh, he was so cute.
He only wanted to help.
He
Maron.
didn't want to help.
Yo.
There is a slight problem here, Maron. You may have just revealed a bit much earlier.
They'll be flying openly. They won't be able to see what. They'll just see things flying.
Yeah, they'll see. I'll say as well, Caliban and Mia, you can straight up see this. Tobias, you probably can't. There's literally a treasure chest that flies through the air and lands at Maron's, just behind Maron.
Wait, what?
A treasure chest, literally kind of bobbing up and down through the air, making its way over to Maron, and then kind of lands behind him.
Oh, was it from the cave, like the cave, or is that the?
It seems to have come from that direction. Yeah, you didn't really notice it at first because it was,
You're someone you can telekinesis to blag the loot without actually having to go pick it up.
Damn straight.
This party, man, this party.
I could go down there. Nah, you can come to me. But I have no knowledge of this, I don't care.
Okay, so we've got 4 red brands. They're not great, not gonna lie. all this doing stuff thing. They're all going to go last because I'm going to do a group roll for them.
Wow.
That
Good
is
man.
quite. So it's me, Mia.
Tobias, Mia, Mauron, Caliban. So, Tobias, you walked in and started stabbing a bitch. You may proceed to continue stabbing a bitch. I mean,
Okay.
fuck! Okay.
Whoa.
Yep, so whatever you roll on your dice is doubled.
This is the one with very few hit points left.
Yes, it is.
Like 1 health left.
Oh no, it's
So
got a little
that would
bit.
So that would be 12 then.
That kills him outright. He's dead.
I wouldn't be bothered. I can't be bothered to do. When other things kick in, I'm going to start doing individual things for damage bits. For the moment, no, that's it.
Yep, that's cool. Yeah, he dead. He's dead. You plunge your rapier in through his eye, and it literally pops out the back of his skull. You did it with such force. Mia.
Wait, haven't finished.
Oh, sorry. My apologies. He has bonus acts. I do forget this. He's got a nice mix of
Yeah.
stuff.
No, I don't. I have movement.
Oh crap! And he's got another attack. Yeah, okay.
No, I don't have another attack.
He's preparing for a new thing, guys.
Yeah.
Mia,
That's
it's,
like
it's,
God.
it's your go. These two
But
guys.
yeah, Orla, I'm effectively blocking those two in.
I didn't realise though that these two guys, their character tokens make them look fucking tiny. They are full size, I promise. But yeah, Mia, it's your go.
Okay then.
And Maron, when it's your turn, you can choose to take part in the battle or, get your loot, I guess.
Loot? What loot?
The
worry
treasure
about
chest
it.
that flew over to his feet, remember?
Oh, those. I wasn't sure. Sorry, you cut out when you said what actually flew to his feet.
Oh no, a treasure chest literally flew its way across the room and landed beside him.
As it does. Well, I suppose, considering how Toby saved my life, blah blah blah, I better help him even though he probably doesn't need my help. Oh yeah, easy. This dude at the back, I'm going to firebolt him.
Yeah, go for it.
Do-do-do-do-do.
What is your AC, my friend? Maron has a very
I'm sure
attractive
he does.
personality. Jesus Christ.
Okay, that's my hit.
That hits him.
Yay! And down my damage.
Okay, he takes 7 points of damage as a firebolt hits him in the chest. He is still alive, but, slightly smouldering. And not in the Flynn Rider kind of way.
Oh, damn it. You broke my smolder.
So yeah, if you're done, Mia, then it will be Maron's go.
Yep, I done.
Maron.
I calmly down, pick up the treasure chest, put it in my cloak.
Okay, so you're not going through it. You're just kind of taking it and hiding it.
Yeah.
How big's your cloak?
How
Technically,
big is the treasure chest?
It's not.
I put it in my cloak, and the bulge just seems to disappear as you see everything shrink down, as if the Redbrand cloak isn't actually on Mauron for some reason. Strange. But yeah, I'll just walk over to that.
Okay, that's the thing that happened.
Everything about me is actually and that's my turn because I can't attack. I assume it was my actual action to pick up the chest.
Oh yeah, if you're picking it up and literally storing it, then yeah, it's. Well, you know what I mean. Yeah, that's your action.
Yep, I'll just walk over to there and that's my turn.
Okay. Maron, were you doing that stealthily, or were you just like, fuck it? Yeah.
I'm just like, fuck it. I imagine they're in the middle of a fight right now anyway. They saw the chest come over, but then they were kind of busy.
I will actually probably say that Caliban and Mia, although you saw it fly over to him, your attention's drawn elsewhere now.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. Okay, Caliban, it's your go.
As I can only move 25 foot, I will move to there, and I imagine he's not in melee range, is he?
Oh no, he is. Wait a minute, sorry.
Oh, he is?
He's in that square there because the other square is a wall. So yeah,
In that
he is.
case, I'll attempt to turn him into fuck.
Caliban
Well,
swings his mighty maul and misses. Smashes a few of the barrels that now start leaking grain onto the floor.
Oh, this is so Happy Gilmore.
Start swearing,
Uh,
hitting the ground and shit. Okay.
That is me done.
Awesome. Right, the red brand directly in front of you that you just tried to hit is now going to try and hit you. +4.
Sure. I bet he gets a 18 or something.
Pretty close.
But thankfully, he still misses.
He misses, and the second attack.
That also misses.
Okay, cool. Tobias, you're going to get 4 attacks here because both of them are going to attack twice.
Yep.
Ouch.
Miss. 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 Miss.
It's
Uh,
fucking rolling an 18 against the level
OP,
3.
man. OP.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to say now because now I've given the seeker away. Barbarians, unarmed defense, bitches. Unarmed
yeah.
defense.
Plus shield.
On a shield, I'm rocking AC 20 with no armor.
Tobias is currently a level 3 with AC 20. And even when he does get hit, if he's
Not wearing
enraged,
any armor.
he takes
Not
half
wearing any
fucking
armor either.
damage too.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
So when a
Wrong,
the-
wrong, wrong.
barbarians have a thing called unarmored defense, where if you're not wearing armor, you get certain stat boosts. So his AC is improved. I think is it a +4?
It's effectively, it is 10 plus my. Hang on.
But he's also
I know we're
carrying.
breaking-
He's also got a shield.
It's. Yeah, unarmored defense is. Yeah, my basic AC is 18.
So it's 18 before
It's
anything else is calculated.
the shield.
And he's got the
Oh
shield.
yeah, no, that's it.
So
It's 10 plus proficiency bonus plus con or bonus as well or something.
that sounds
So that's
about right.
18,
So
and then yeah, plus 2 for the shield.
his even without his
Oh,
shield,
no.
he's got an
Yeah,
AC.
Sorry. 18 for con bonus plus unarmored. 2
Yeah.
for the shield, 5 for the dex mod. Enter 20.
So he's got a 20
I have-
AC, and when he takes damage, if it's bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing, he takes half damage because that's what barbarians do.
I had
So-
that at level 1
He had that at level 1
as
that's
well.
That's a level 1.
My
feature.
AC and my damage reduction was there at the playtest as well.
Yep.
My turn, I believe.
Oh yeah, if none of those
Is
hit
it?
you, yeah, it's fucking your turn again. This is ridiculous. They all start stabbing at him and all miss, and that hits. Because of course
And
it does.
that, yeah. The top.
The top one, yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else?
No, actually. Oh, yeah, I'm going to use a bonus action to draw a dagger. Oh no, I can't. I've got the shield. Don't ignore me. That's my go.
Okay. Cool. Mia, your go. Absolutely ridiculous.
Right, okay. So I am going to move over here again so I don't hit Caliban when I try to do the firebolt to the dude.
I would appreciate it.
Hit spin the back. Hit spin the back with it.
Yes. Okie doke, so hit.
Yeah, everyone gets a hit except me.
I'm guessing that hit.
Oh yeah, that's an absolute hit, yeah.
And then my damage.
Okay, which one are you hitting, sorry? Are you hitting the one above?
Yeah, the one by Caliban.
Caliban.
Dude, yep.
Caliban, essentially what happens is you swing and miss, and as you get angry and go to hit again, it explodes in front of you.
God, God damn it.
And it burns to the
Sorry.
ground. Which brings us to Malron's go.
Okay, I'm gonna take like 4 or 5 steps forward just so I can see those 2 enemies up there.
Okay. Okay, and yeah. The other thing.
Okay, then I will end my turn.
Okie dokie. That brings us on to Caliban's turn.
I will turn.
I love his.
Lean against this barrel as if I'm impatiently waiting for Tobias to kill these things.
I will say, there is space to get around him. This is a thing here, but it's not very well mapped out. Is essentially
Right,
what's happening.
in that case, I'll go up here.
Yeah, you can go there. I will reveal a
Smash
little
this
bit of the wall so you're not like
I'll probably
vanishing.
miss. Probably miss. Probably miss.
You hit!
Yay!
Oh yeah.
So,
Which damage roll do you got?
And that's the one that he's already attacked too.
Boom.
Yep.
Explosion.
Yeah, that straight up. You've turned him to jam.
Yeah, it's about damn time.
He gets really angry, rushes over and just brings his maul down straight on the guy's head. His head basically bursts out between his legs, and yeah. That was rough. That was rough, guys.
You weren't there, man. You weren't there.
The other one, almost wetting himself, still goes for a fucking attack on. He'll go for Caliban because he's scared of him now. Oh!
That one hits.
They hit one person. That would be a
Oh,
2d6 plus 3. 9
ouch.
damage. Should have been more than that. I should do it the proper way, really. Yeah, so 9 slashing damage. It attacks you with a sword.
Ouchies.
And that's his go. So it's Tobias's go again, and I imagine what's coming now.
No, I'm going to try, well, probably. It depends how badly this goes. Pointing over my shoulder to roughly where I think Manor it was last time I saw him, and looking at the guy in front of me going, this associate of mine is upset that I'm not taking survivors. Would you like to be a survivor? And that's my intimidation.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll to see how well he can counter that. Oh my god.
Aw.
He's not so much intimidated, but he seems to, he's not stupid, essentially. So, he looks around at you with your red cloaks, and he drops he drops the, what's essentially a large dog slice in his hand. Very badly, roughly hewn machete. Drops it, raises both his hands up. Right?
There
yeah,
you go, Manor.
fuck it.
Don't say I don't get you anything.
Ah, thank you. You've done well.
Don't patronize me.
And what I'll do is I'll turn around and get my. No, I'm not.
And then Caliban makes jam, as only Caliban can. Okay. We are out of initiative order. Mauron, I'm going to tell you a thing. Anything. Right, I'll tell you what's in there, and you can decide what you want, because you could grab probably 2 of the items before anyone even knows what's going on.
Sweet.
So, inside the chest is 300 pieces of gold,
Oh, no.
2 potions of healing.
Yep. Sorry, what potions of healing?
2 potions of healing. What appears to be a magic scroll. And a +1 silver longsword.
Okay.
It has inscriptions on it, but you don't have time to read them right now.
I take the gold pieces and the magic scroll, put the rest back into the chest, and as I walk forward, I pass the chest to... Oh, I found this down the road, by the way. You might want to check out what's in it while I question this guy.
Who's that to? Me or Tobias?
Tobias.
Alright.
Yeah, okay. I will then take the chest out of Maron's hands, step back to let him step in if he wants to.
Oh, yeah.
Just trapping this guy in a corner.
And I will cast Friends on him.
Okay, is there there's a thing to roll, right?
No, it's just instant win. He just has
But he knows
disadvantage.
afterwards, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it lasts for a minute, and after the minute, he wants to kill me, essentially. And all it really does is it gives him disadvantage when I try to do anything to him. Like, any charisma check I have on him has advantage, essentially.
Yep, okay then. Yeah, that works. He sees you as a friend. Hey, buddy.
Greetings, friend. Do you remember me? I say while wearing the guise of an actual Redbrand.
Oh shit, yeah, he recognises you. The fuck are you doing with this lot, Robert?
Well, to be quite honest, we're quite sick of the Redbrand hierarchy right now. We're gonna kill them all.
What the fuck? All of them, like... You know what will happen?
What will happen?
You know what Glassstaff will do to us if you do that?
I don't quite remember Glassstaff. Could you remind me who that is?
Roll me deception, buddy.
Yeah, I think you've just effectively told him that you don't know who your boss is.
Oh shit.
Yep. Awkward. 23.
He looks at you, raises an eyebrow, and then shakes his head a bit. How could you not remember Glassstaff? The wizard who runs the Redbrands now. He'll rip us to pieces.
Remind me, human, short fellow, kid, yes?
Well, yeah.
Oh, marvellous.
Met Glassstaff, I say while turning to Tobias.
No, I'm just thinking of the supposed friend of Sildar that was last seen here.
Oh,
Oh,
yes, he was telling it to
Piano.
him.
Wait, you think?
Yes, the wizard.
What's waxing on? You mean Piano? I don't know what else. Piano! Prego, prego!
Caliban, what are you doing?
I don't know. I don't know what
I don't know why. I don't recognise any of you. I don't know why you walked in killing us. Wait, if you think you can deal with Glassstaff, then fuck. I don't want to help you, but I ain't gonna stop you.
Well, that's nice of you. Tell me, do you know if the town chieftain... What is he? Is he a mayor? Sorry, I've actually forgotten.
Oh, the townmaster. Yeah.
Yes.
Town master. Yes, I did not do anything like that. I was just like... Do you know if the town master happens to work with the Redbrands?
Nah, he's just scared of us. I swear you've not been paying attention to any of our meetings.
If I'm quite honest, I'm drunk out of my mind, mate. I can't remember most of them. Anyway, you should be on your way. We actually know a secret way out of here.
What? What way out of it?
If you jump down that crevice right there and run your way to the very farthest south, there's an actual secret exit that will take you out of here.
Roll me a persuasion. Shit. I don't think he's going to beat that. Fuck. Well, no, he couldn't beat that. Even if he rolled a 20, he wouldn't beat that. Okay. He looks at you a little bit, looks down a bit and went, I can't believe this. No one fucking tells me nothing about this. Starts walking past you. Walks past.
I'm just going to casually follow in about 20 feet behind.
He gets to about here. Jumps down 20 feet. Fucking hell, I'm going to roll it. Oh, God. You hear a horrible crack.
Ooh.
He's landed on some rocks and slipped a bit funny. There's a bunch of bones down there. You hear a... Ah!
Wow. I think that deals with him, to be quite honest.
Help!
If we can ignore the screaming, that is.
No, sorry. All of a sudden, I've lost in hours.
Started to smell like
Will
almonds.
Ferrell, perfect. I think my leg is broken.
Firstly,
holding the chest.
Firstly, Becca, thank you for capturing the quote, Caliban makes jam like no one else can. That was difficult to say, and I said it first time. So that's now a quote that will live on forever. The fact that Invictus managed to remember the quote for awkward, spelled like that, is amazing. Rusty Wolf, thank you for the host. We've got five viewers watching from Rusty Wolf's auto host. It's lovely of you. And Becca, I am beautifully windswept. I hope it's not distracting too many people. I have now tied my hair back a little bit. And Invictus,
Not giving them what they want.
I told Invictus earlier, you guys, your moral alignments were neutral, questionable. He doesn't agree anymore. He thinks you're worse than that. So, yeah, this guy's now lying at the bottom of the crevasse, kind of. Every now and again, you hear a bit of a moan, a bit of a, no one's helping, really?
Can you guys hear something?
That we should put him out of his misery. That's a bit gauche.
You can if you wish, but I'd be much more interested in seeing what's inside the chest.
The one you just handed me. I'll hand it back. By all means, take a look.
Open in front of everyone.
Having taken your cut, anyway.
Indeed.
Okay.
Looking around,
I will say
around this room.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I'll do the chest as well after that. It's fine.
All I was going to say is I want to take a look around this room.
Yeah.
Because we've got quite a load of barrels in here.
Mm-hmm.
You know there was no boot prints on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
Signs of boot prints leading to and from this room with drag marks to show how they moved the goods in here.
From here, there are boot prints in and out of this room, and there are drag marks going up to roughly where the first bridge is. But on the other side of the bridge, where you guys were originally, there's nothing.
So how on earth, if there's no one walking the other side of the bridge, how are people doing that? I want to start taking a look around the walls in this room.
Okay, absolutely.
I'll do that after Mauron has opened the chest for the first time.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll tell you what's in the chest, and I'll tell you what you see around the room. In the chest, you will all see 2 potions of healing, a spell scroll, and...
I think that... No, he pocketed that, I think.
No, 2
I
potions
just
of healing and a longsword.
Oh, did you take the scroll as well?
Yeah, the scroll
bad.
and the gold.
2 potions of healing and a very nice longsword.
I think Mia might potions just in case. You can have my shoulder as I continue looting for it.
Mia can absolutely take the potions if no one objects.
Nope. Would anybody like to try out the sword? It looks quite fancy.
It's a long sword, isn't it?
Give me 1 second. Ah. It is a longsword, yes. However, you will notice that anyone who does pick it up, it does seem to slightly modify to fit your particular skills, let's say. It's a magical weapon that seems to maneuver itself to fit your style of fighting.
Do you really want me to have 2+1 rapiers already?
Not massively, gotta be honest. But I will say, anyone who touches it, essentially, it will be something that you can use. So Mia, it shrinks a little bit if you were to touch it to almost a dagger length. Caliban, it seems to get even heftier when you touch it.
In which case, I'm not even going to look at it. While they're going that, I'll carry on looking around the edges of this room.
So, would anyone like to take the +1 longsword that can essentially be whatever weapon you want it to be?
I mean, sure.
Okay. Caliban, you will notice as you take it and you kind of start, getting used to it a little bit, it is inscribed with the name Talon. If anyone around me has knowledge history, they may roll it to find out something about this.
This is the one that I have.
Oh no, really? Seriously?
This is one that I couldn't give a shit about.
You know it
Turns
too.
out I probably don't need it.
You? Oh no, Maron. That's Maron's one. Sorry. Go ahead and roll it anyway, Caliban.
Yeah. I don't have it. I don't know. It's I don't have one. I thought I did.
Oh, okay. You don't have it then.
I don't have it.
Okay, Maron, is that your history?
Yep.
Maron, you know that this belongs to Sir Aldith Tresendar, the original owner of this mansion, also known as the Black Hawk. He was an amazing fighter who continuously fought off orcs around the local area. He died, sadly, fighting orcs that came in through this hidden cavern that was dug out. He wasn't aware that they had managed to break their way into his basement.
Oh, man.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
I report this to everyone.
Wrong.
Invictus just said awkward. And Sky Captain rolled a 14. I need to get an actual D20 roller on this as one of the games. I need to modify one of my bots. I do so much D&D. I need to get that sorted. But yeah, so you've got the longsword. Mia, you can have the potions apparently, and that's all that's in the chest.
And that's all that was ever in the chest, right, Maron?
Damn straight. As far as you guys know. While we're at it, I think I'm going to sit here and rest for a little while. You guys can continue on. I will catch up in time. I just...
Yeah, that's a no. We're not going to wander off aimlessly and leave you here.
You actually are. I'm actually going offline for the night, unfortunately.
Yeah, we can play on without Maron. He's not going to... You kind of figure out that it would be decent anyway. This is a good closed-off place. Anyone that would attack, you'd see them coming. Maron, you know as he's a warlock, he needs to take breaks every now and again. Because Ku actually has an OC reason he's got to go offline. So,
Oh, dude.
we
Okay,
can
take care, mate.
either stop
Sorry about
here
that.
for the night, or we can all keep playing without Ku. It's up to the rest of you three, because Ku, I know you need to dash off.
Yeah.
I know you probably don't ideally want to cut short, but in quite a hostile area, do we
And
really...
if you guys want to keep going, I'm sure SJ basically knows the general idea of what Malron would do.
If you're okay with me playing Maron, Ku, I'm okay to keep playing you guys until about 10:30ish,
Cool.
11ish.
Yeah, that's the thing. I would rather,
Yeah.
if
Rather than
if we're not
stop
having
and-
him, yeah, or rather we'll wander off and leave.
Yeah.
That would be.
No, that's fair. Okay. In that case, I'll play Maron tonight, Ku, and I'll message you and tell you what has happened while you were not here.
Okay. You guys have a good night then.
Take care, mate.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So this sword, because you know it said it expands.
Yeah.
Does it still statistically stay as a longsword if I was to wield it?
If you were to wield it, you could wield it essentially as a +1 maul. It would essentially.
Oh, right. So it'd be the same as a great sword then, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the same.
Yeah. So, but it will be a +1 and it's silver, so that's helpful in certain situations too.
No more jam.
But I mean, you can hit them with the flat of the blade and just hit them really
I'll have
hard.
to slice them into onions.
Cool. Yeah, I'll start that one.
So yeah, gonna. The prince on the side of that bridge has got me interested, very much so, in the wall on this side of the room. Zai's a suspicious bastard.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll describe you the bit of what you see as you go around now. So if you roll me an investigate, I'll tell you what you see in the room, and then I'll add to it if you find it particular.
For some, I'm kind of, because you've said we've not seen any footprints.
You've seen them.
here.
Yeah, you've seen them in this room, and you've seen, like I said, leading
Or-
down to this side of the bridge. And they do
Yeah,
they
it's
do
what-
carry on around here, but the side of the bridge you were on before, nothing.
Yeah, which is why this bit of wall here has me a little bit.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so I mean,
So-
as you look around, you're kind of, I'm
Want
imagining you.
investigation, Yeah.
Yeah, investigate. I'm imagining you knocking on the wall a little bit, looking around, investigating the kind of things in this room. You kind of, most of the provisions and goods here aren't particularly valuable, apart from, you find, it's going to be the weirdest thing, you find a bunch of beaver pelts, and that's what you can see rather terribly put together in the bottom right of the room, because they're not that big, it's just loads and loads of them. There are literally 30 beaver pelts that you will recognise as being quite expensive to the right person. They could each sell for about 2 gold, so you've got essentially 60 gold's worth of pelts that are small enough to bundle up and put into a sack. So that's something for you. And when I see you investigate, I'll tell you if you find anything else. Most of it is
cool. Yeah.
most of it's useless kind of thing.
But yeah, it's around here that I'm paranoid about. And 17.
Sorry. Give me 1 second. Haha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Are you just searching that area, or are you searching the whole room?
Just on that wall, because of what you've said, there is just a little bit of paranoia that's going to steps that side. So we've kind of walked out of the tunnel at the bottom. We've kind of reached the top end of this. There appears to be rooms to both the left and the side of the crevasse, but we've seen no footprints
Oh, what's
of
happening?
it.
You,
So
as
it's
you're
that- oh.
you kind of as you're knocking, you find a particular piece of wood that seems to be slightly loose, and as you just kind of barely even touch it, you kind of pull down on it. It opens up. It opens up a door here, and up at this side here, it opens up. It's a small corridor. There's a few steps, but only leading up a little tiny bit to it's essentially another door that starts to open up here.
Oh, I would like to. Before it opens, I would like to listen at that door.
Oh yeah, sure.
That's-
Yeah, roll me a perception. I named this beaver pelt cravat. Oh god damn it! A cuirass surrounded by beaver pelts. Oh, Invictus, you terrible person. Oh yeah, 20. Okay. You can hear some slight voices, but they're definitely not in the room beyond here. They're not in the room you're about to walk into, but they seem to be coming from further ahead. So you feel like the room ahead of you is empty, but there is definitely something alive further on down this way.
Okay, I am going to basically not shh people, but basically go door. Is it taking me long enough that Maron has decided he's able to join us?
Maron's kind of stood up. Okay, my friends, I am well again. Sorry for that. We shall carry on. Yes.
Yeah, walking through this, and then I am going to open that door. If anyone is joining me, leaks in the corridor.
I am going to quaff one of the healing potions that we had from last time before we go ahead.
Okay.
That is fair. Mia, do you want to do any healing before we move on?
Yes, please.
Okay. I will say as well, this would have counted as a short rest for everyone other than Tobias. So if anyone needs to roll some hit dice, you could do that instead if you prefer.
Got none of the bloody things left.
Yeah. Plus, you were kind of busy anyway. You weren't really resting.
Nah, it's fine.
It's fine. I know I'm
How
happy
much
with
do
that.
I get for a potion of healing?
It's
2d4
2d4 plus 2.
What Caliban just rolled? 2d4 plus 2.
Alright, okay.
Quote added, I named this beaver pelt crevasse. God damn it.
Yay.
He's trapped in the beaver pit. Jesus fuck, guys, please. My chat is just full of 12-year-olds. But yeah, so that's fine. You guys managed to heal 8 and 9 respectively. So please do feel free to add that back onto your health. That's pretty good for you guys. Yeah, Tobias, would you like to go into the room? Boom.
Whoa.
You have found what appear. I'm going to. I need to remember to move this over for the people at home, so they're not just staring at the empty room you've all left. So yeah, you said it out loud, so it's a valid quote. I mean, you're not wrong, Ratty. It's true. You've essentially found what appears to be a secret door into a bedroom. The walls of this bed chamber are covered with drapes of scarlet cloth, and the furnishings include a small writing desk near a bed. The bed itself is very comfortable looking, covered in furs and pelts, presumably some beaver pelts. At the foot of the bed is a wooden treasure chest. But there doesn't seem to be anyone in here. You do, however, I'll say that Tobias will notice it. There's a door on the western wall, and you can hear that the voices are coming from beyond there.
Okay. walking up to the door and having another listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's enough to hear. You can't actually hear what's being said, but you can hear one very distinct human voice and one... It's difficult to describe. It's kind of higher pitched, as if it's coming from a smaller creature, but it still sounds relatively human. Its voice does seem to reply. I will say as well,
Okay.
you will notice that the desk you are standing near, as well as having several letters on its surface, there is a staff made of glass leaning against it.
Right. Marvellous. Gonna point to Mia and go,
Oh, Toby's got a present for you.
Sorry, I missed that, Toby. I just heard that. I'm going to point at me and
there's
say...
a glass and staff. No, sorry, I gestured, which is absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to point at the glass staff and point at you and shrug and go, any good?
There is a staff,
me.
there is a magical staff leant against the table that he is basically saying, have a look at.
Alright, okay.
Oh, steal. One or the other.
Well, I'll look at it and then I'll steal it. Okay, so I'll walk over to the desk and I shall examine the staff.
Okay, roll me an arcana.
Okie dokie. Do.
That's enough. It's not great, but it's enough to know.
Ooh.
Right,
Yay.
you have heard of these before. This one is rather stylized, but this is what's called a staff of defense. It's a slender hollow staff, and it is made of glass. However, it is as strong as a staff made of oak. You need to be attuned to this staff, so you'll need to have wielded it for more than an hour at least to be able to successfully use its skills, but it's got some magic within it. For one thing, when you're attuned to it, you get +1 to your AC.
Ooh. Yay.
Also, the staff has some magic spells within it. It has 10 charges which can be used to fuel these spells.
Okay.
You may use an action to cast one of the following spells by spending a single charge. You may cast Mage Armor. I'm imagining you're taking notes, which is why I'm speaking quite slow.
Yes,
Good,
I am
good.
taking notes.
Or if you
Oh,
spend 2 charges, you may cast the spell Shield.
Does it come with a Phil Coulson?
And
Random
a Loki. Loki to stab him. Every day at dawn, you can roll a d6 +4 and get that many charges back. However, you know that if you manage to expend the staff's last charge, you must roll a d20. If you roll a 1, it shatters. So it's got
Ooh.
10 charges. It will recharge a bunch in the morning,
More than 9.
but yeah, if you use all 10, then you may shatter it.
Okay.
So right now it just counts as like a quarterstaff, and you can cast magic through it like a normal kind of wand or scarf. But within an hour of holding it, you gain all those abilities as well.
Right, okay, so I get the +1 AC once I become attuned to it.
Yep, and you'll be able to cast all those magic spells when you're attuned to it. Right now it's just a staff, basically.
While I'm
Right.
stood there, if I can still hear the chatter, is there anything else obvious on the desk?
Yes. There are several bits of papers on the desk, but there is one in the very centre. As everything else has been moved away, there is one letter in the middle that is literally addressed to Lord Albrecht, which would be Iarno Albrecht.
Right.
And there is a
The so-called missing friend. Right, okay.
yes, yeah, exactly. And this will be a particular note to you and Mia, Tobias. Tobias and Mia, you'll recognise this. The letter is not signed. Instead, there is a black spider scrawled on the
Right.
page.
No. Not this bitch.
Would you like me to read you the letter? I'd imagine you'd want to quickly glance over it. It's not very long.
What?
Obviously, still listening out to the voices. I'm just like, I would glance at it just in case, but it's more of a stash it away and we'll worry about this.
Absolutely. You are absolutely
But
welcome
is
to
it
grab
quite
it and
sure?
stuff it into a pouch. That's fine.
And you also said, wasn't there a chest in here somewhere?
There is a chest at the foot of the bed. Caliban,
Oh,
you're standing directly
yeah.
in front of it. Yeah.
Yoink.
Which,
I will
thankfully,
check
you all got
if
here
it
before
is-
Maron, so
Yeah. Does it look like it has a lock on it?
roll me and investigate. As you kind of check over it, you kind of you bump it lightly, and you'll notice that it's a padlocked design, but there's no padlock on it. It's almost as if no one expected you to get this far.
In that case, I'll open it up.
Absolutely. Okay. Within, you will find 200 gold.
200.
There is a silk pouch containing 5 cornelians, which is a kind of gem. They're worth 10 gold each. There are 2. I never know how to pronounce this. Peridot.
Peridot.
Is it silent? I've never heard it said. I've only ever seen it written. It's just one of those weird words to me. 2 peridots and 1 pearl. The peridots are worth 15 gold each, and the pearl is worth 100 gold. There are also 2 magical scrolls.
I'll pass those over to Mia.
That's fair. And Mia, if you wish to identify them, you will have to roll for them. Roll the Arcana for them.
For each of them or for both?
I'll tell you what. Roll the first one. If it's really good, I'll tell you both.
Alright, okay. I can just do that because it's the same.
Nice.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Perfect. One of these is a scroll of charm person,
Ooh.
which is useful. It's like a much more powerful version of the spell that Maron keeps using, friends. And the other one is a scroll of fireball. Oh, Christ.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
I get to channel my inner Lenara.
Yeah. Oh, Lenara. Love Lenara. For those that haven't watched the other one, on Mondays we play with a sorceress called Lenara who specialises in fire magic, who has managed to burn down most of the fucking country.
Hang on, isn't that country a Ravenloft, though?
That is, yeah.
Right.
She literally. I mean, don't get me wrong. They haven't gone back to those places yet, so there'll be fun stuff when they do. But she managed to burn down a windmill. She managed to burn. She blew up a caravan full of alchemist's fire. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens when you set fire to 30 vials of alchemist's fire? It was pretty nuts. Among other things, she sets her own party members on fire quite a lot.
We'll worry about Mia burning stuff down later. The voices are still going next door?
They are indeed, yeah.
Right, I'm kind of almost going to do a countdown and then basically throw open the door and head into the room.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so like, yeah. Also, as a note, all that loot I put in what I like to call on my character sheet the party loot.
Right.
I'm not pocketing it. Yeah, I'm a good boy.
A good idea for things like this, to help
Close to
you,
everyone.
Blaine, it might be a good idea for, instead of copying that onto there all the time, if you create at the end of each session, well, not at the end of each session, if you create in the group we've got on Facebook a file for it, a document.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll do that and then just edit it as I go along.
It's easier that way. That way you don't have to keep it, because otherwise, I can imagine as this goes on, your character sheet's going to get so fucking full.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, no, that's cool. That's brilliant. Okay.
So yeah, waiting for the others, gesturing, and then basically
You'll all see that
slam and open the door and go through.
Maron
into the
seems
next
to
room.
focus a little bit. His eyes start glowing a faint purple, and his hand glows a little bit purple as well. He seems
Step
to be
in
preparing
and
us.
possibly to one side.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
I need a room to see.
Ready?
Unless the door's locked, in which case I look like an idiot.
No, the door is open. You're absolutely fine. This is.
Awkward.
And
Oh, Jesus. Jesus, Jezebel's such a rat. Or a dead dog.
Is that a rat? It
Looks
is a
like
rat.
A cat.
It is a
Oh.
cat-sized rat.
John.
Oh my god.
So, Malron is still kind of cackling with energy a little bit, but he steps in as well.
Actually, seen this, if you've got a bit of surprise,
Yeah.
I want to use my full movement to almost get to the other door and gesture for Caliban to stay close to that one.
Yep, that's fine. I'll stay pretty much where I am.
Taking note of that, Malron steps up beside you to kind of help you guard the door, provide a long-ranged support from there.
This thing looks awkward.
They found a glass staff in the beaver crevasse. God damn it. I thought I'd share it with you all just because that's what I'm having to deal with.
Well, no, that's inaccurate.
No, it wasn't in the beaver crevasse.
No, that is inaccurate. So, we're at the beaver. We headed to a secret back door from there, and that's where we found the glass staff.
Yeah, so you went from you're absolutely 100% correct. You moved slightly away from the beaver crevasse to find the back door where the glass
and that's
staff
where we
was
found
embedded.
The glass staff, yeah.
Meanwhile, there is a man trapped in the beaver crevice. Okay, you slam this door open, and as well as the voices you would have heard, you could have also hear bubbling and dripping sounds. And as you open the door, you understand why. This appears to be a workshop. There is a rat that, as soon as you open the door, he scurries behind the desk in front of you, over near its master. It takes refuge under the large work table, and on top of the work table, there are alembics, retorts, distillation coils, alchemical devices, different, well, essentially what you imagine in a movie chemistry set. Bubbling away, there is distilleries, all sorts. There are bookshelves here, crowded with parchment and strange-looking books. There is a strange, large, horrific-looking creature sprawled on the ground in what appears to be, hopefully, red ink. And standing just behind the desk, looking up from a piece of parchment, is a short, balding man with dark beard, in a red robe, looking straight at you, very, very confused. He looks uncomfortable, but looking around, he smiles. Well, I've never had anyone make it this far before. I see you've managed to kill off my captors.
Oh. Yeah, I know.
Captives?
Oh, of course. You're not
maybe
Redbrand, but I
if-
see you wearing their cloaks for sure.
Maybe if Sildar was here, he would believe that. And then I kind of didn't pull out the letter and just kind of wave it before putting it back away. Unfortunately, didn't.
He widens his eyes and just almost punches into his own hand, just angrily. You dare to walk into here, into my workshop, accuse me of what exactly? What are you saying that I am and I did?
Well, if it's your workshop, you're hardly a captive for a start. Second, we've got correspondence between you and Spider. 3, this is the institute that's been held by the Redbrands, which you clearly feel quite comfortable with because, let's be honest, and I point at the room we've just come from, that is the best prison cell ever, otherwise. You appear to have thrown the Lord's allegiance aside for the sake of your own desires. Have I missed anything?
He
That would
quickly
be
pulls
no.
out a wand. And, oh, we're getting quite close. But you know what? Fuck it. Roll initiatives.
Oh god.
Oh, really?
Because I will say, obviously, he's going to attack you, but I'm not going to say he gets a surprise attack because you're all ready for this. Like, I can't
We
imagine
are
you not
busy.
expecting this. So, Firstly, we need some battle
I'm
music.
looking for-
Not that one, sadly.
Can I move into the room before we roll?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'd imagine you would have done.
Yay. Awesome. I'm standing beside Camber. There's a new... Oh, initiative.
Oh shit, I've got to do Mauron stuff too. Oh.
Yep.
Okay, we'll go Mauron first. Oh wow. Okay, so Tobias is going first. Unless Wizard Face manages to roll better than that. And then Mauron. And then we've got Caliban and Mia. Can you both roll another d20, please?
Well.
Thank you. Because normally, when two initiatives are the same, whoever has the highest dex goes first. But both of you have exactly the same initiative modifier, so...
Always so dexterous.
I know, right? And then class up. Oh, fuck you. On the
You
plus
want me to
side...
roll again?
Oh, no, you're fine, you're fine. That was just a tiebreaker between you and Caliban, you're fine.
Okay.
So you actually got a 10 for your initiative, it's just that was a tiebreaker. So yeah. Okay. Tobias, it be your go.
As a bonus action,
Yeah.
in a misty step behind him.
Oh, fuck a duck. Okay.
Racial ability.
Yep.
If I wish to hamstring him,
Oh my god. Yeah.
oh no, I actually want this one alive. Roll a disadvantage or what?
What I will say is,
Or are you going to add to his AC based on the fact? Oh yeah, basically I'm trying not to go for a killing blow. You want to? I'm stabbing at the back of his knees, effectively.
yeah, no, roll normally. I'm going to add to his AC slightly for that.
Why is that not done anything? 15.
What in the shit? Give me a second.
All right.
Ah. Jacob, the reason that I don't take music suggestions is because this gets uploaded to YouTube, and if songs are copyrighted, we get copyright strike, then it gets taken down. So that's the only reason I don't take suggestions like that in D&D night, essentially. Okay, so Iano basically lifts his one and prepares to attack. Does fuck all. You misty step behind him, and it has an AC of no, you're fine. You hit him. You hit him.
For 11 points of damage.
Yep.
But yeah,
Shit.
I am effectively trying to hamstring him.
I'm just checking how 5e does non-lethal damage, because I added to his AC essentially, but I don't know if there's a when attacker reduces to not a feature out. Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely fine until the decisive hit. So yeah, you're fine. Just as long as you
okay.
straight up state it, you're not at a disadvantage in 5th edition.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's interesting. So what I've essentially done is I've upped his
I think
AC.
it's more, for that specifically, it's more the fact that if he then tries to do a runner, I was trying to make sure that my damage means that he's got reduced movement.
I think you just declare it, don't you? If you don't want to kill it, but you're going to land a killing
No,
blow.
but I meant, yeah, I
Oh,
appreciate
right,
what
for
you're
your
saying.
stuff,
So for
yeah.
the death blow, you're saying I don't want him to die, I'm not going to kill you. Mine was specifically that I'm trying to damage him in a way that if he's still got hit points and is still conscious, that he's going to struggle to walk out of this room.
Yeah, no,
Hence why I'm
absolutely.
happy for that.
Essentially, all you guys have got to do is if you're striking non-lethal, you make sure you tell me before you do it. Essentially, so you have, so that's fine.
Yeah, and as I say, it was more the fact that if before he reaches 0 hit points, I want it to be that he is at a disadvantage on movement or something.
Yeah, no,
Just
that's
take the
fine.
disadvantage
That's absolutely fine.
Oh, I suppose that's a warrior move, though. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's warrior.
Yeah.
Pointer.
Don't worry about it. No, you're fine. All it is you're not going to be able to do that essentially. But if
No.
you get him down to 0, as long as you've told me beforehand it's non-lethal, then he'll fall unconscious or
He'll not die.
He won't die. You won't kill him.
Okay. That's my go.
But
Get
yeah.
behind him. Smack him for 11.
Okay. After Tobias's go, it's Mauron's go. Mauron is essentially going to. He's interested by something else at the moment.
Of course he is.
Although he's not, he's taken a notice of all of the spell books, but he's not going to react to them yet. He has taken a step to make sure he's blocking on the door, and then he's going to fire an Eldritch Blast at Iano, non-lethally.
Sure.
Non-lethal Eldritch Blast.
I know, right? I lost the thing. 5e. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much what warlocks do. And he gets a D10 plus because he's got that. Okay, yeah, D10 plus. Thankfully, he doesn't kill him either. Yeah, so he hits him with an Eldritch Blast. It hits him pretty well. Does a good amount of damage. He stumbles a little bit, and then that's Mauron's go. So it's Caliban's go. This should be interesting.
Alright, we'll cover.
Live, Caliban.
Yeah, I know. Non-lethally attack it.
That hits.
14.
That hits. And then
Wow.
non-lethally.
Oh, it's actually 15 because I haven't updated my macro. Yeah.
Okay. Non-lethally, you smack him in the side of the face and he falls unconscious.
Yes. My blade.
No,
I'll
not
turn around to
that.
everybody else. And this is probably a good time, I imagine, for you to cut short. I'm like, I have no doubt there are more red brands in here. Out the way we came in now.
Yes.
And then we worry about their men later. Because if we're still unseen, Rat's still kicking about. What's the rat done now that its master has fallen unconscious? Sure.
I was waiting for you guys to say that. Basically, what you guys have seen so far is as you misty stepped over, the rat was
Yeah.
under the desk. I just haven't moved him because of sake of he'll look like he's on it.
That's it. Yeah.
As you misstepped over, you'll see that it was glowing slightly and vanished before you even attacked Iano. It has disappeared.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will turn to the others and go, I'm not saying we're done here, but I'm saying we retrace our steps, we get this bastard out of here, we get him to Sildar, back, with their master gone.
Might I suggest something? Mauron says.
You want to take all the books, don't you? By all means. But if we can grab this guy and get him out of here as well.
I actually was going to suggest that whatever else is in this place is still a problem to the town. I suggest
But
we block these doors with these bookshelves and interrogate him here quickly before dealing with him however you see fit.
Oh, right.
But if we have several bookshelves and only 2 doors, one of which we know leads out to a secret door that they may not all be aware of.
Right. So are we effectively saying leave him here, clear out, and then come back and collect him?
Well, I might not trust a wizard to be left unaccompanied. Perhaps more
Right.
of a, let's block the doors and we all stay here and interrogate him, and then we carry on with our lives in this place.
No, I want this guy back in town, alive. I look at Mauron and Mia. If we bind his hands and gag him, basically, if we remove from his possessions, from his body, gag him, that will prevent him using his magic. Yes.
That will prevent him using his magic, yes.
Yes.
Mauron literally points to where the empty space was that the rat just had been in.
And that's why I'm saying take him back to town and then come clear house. He's clearly their leader.
I will bow to the whims of the group.
Do you guys want to stay here and clear out? We get shit back?
I mean, I'm not really fussed either way.
Mia?
I mean, Malron does talk sense that we should maybe question him here before we take him out. I mean, at least then we can start the interrogation process, at least.
So be it. But as I say, I'm going to be loath if we do not, not necessarily in one piece, but in a Tresendar to question.
I understand your concerns. My main concern is getting the information out of him about... Well, he looks at Caliban for a moment and then back to you, Tobias. About you-know-who.
Yes, which is why we have left a trail of dead between us and the entrance, and we haven't been attacked from any other sides. I can appreciate, and I point at the door behind, that there are more than likely others still here. But as with you, I will bow to the group, and from the sounds of it, between you and Mia, agreement is that we question him here, but to bind and gag him, and then ideally this.
Aye.
Now,
Up to you.
is that a good place to stop, Sean? Or-
Yeah, I think it would be. I think that's a good place to call it for the night. Okay. So, currently, you've got an unconscious wizard that has pretended to be a good guy, but is actually leading the Redbrands. Or at least leading these Redbrands. Well, yeah. I mean, you know for sure he's getting orders from someone else.
He's clearly not a prisoner when someone is writing to him, Lord such and such.
Yep.
Well, that is the most polite jailer ever.
But yeah, so that's where we'll stop this week. You've cleared out parts of it. We've been going for 2 hours and 37 minutes. There are other things in here, and it'll be interesting to see what you guys decide to do next week, because I think you guys are coming to an agreement, but I think we should start off next week with you guys deciding what your plan of action is when...
Yep, no, that's fair enough.
When Ku's actually back to take over Malron. Although, how it was fucking weird trying to roleplay as my brother and trying to do my brother's Malron voice. Weird. But yeah, so we'll stop there for the night. Well done, guys. I thought that was pretty smooth. You guys done pretty good.
Woohoo!
Nobody died. Yay.
I almost did.
And
One
Caliban,
person,
Caliban and Mia both have new magical weapons as well, so...
Yeah.
We so fancy.
I'm pretty sure that fight would have lasted a bit longer if he had that on him at the time.
Normally, the way this fight goes, if you come in from the south, he
Yeah.
immediately goes through that door into his bedroom, grabs his staff, and fucks off. Or, if
Oh.
you catch him, he grabs that staff and fights using the staff. Obviously, he's attuned to it, so all those things Mia now knows that it can do, he would have been able to do as well. Although he didn't get a fucking turn in. I know, it's so annoying. He can do fun spells too. Like he can throw a fireball. He's got up to 5th level spells. But
Oh my god.
yeah, he can throw cones
We
of
are gonna
cold
die.
and ice storms and fireballs and fun shit.
Stabbed in the kneecaps and then hit with a very large sword.
It was essentially yeah. Oh no, I'm behind you now. Stab. Oh no, I'm beside you now. Smash in the face. Oh, and an Eldritch Blast from Malron as well.
At least he
I forgot
wasn't turned into Wizard Jam.
that. True, he's still alive, which is better than most of the guys you've got against. So yeah, we'll pick this up next Tuesday. I hope you guys have had fun. Hope our
yeah.
Very much
lovely,
so.
hope our lovely viewers have had had fun. I will be back on Thursday with Thriller Thursday. It'll be Dead Space again. Final Fantasy VIII on Friday again, and then as a bonus stream this week on Saturday at 2 PM, I'm going to be playing Nier Automata, and I'm going to be doing a bunch of giveaways. I've got a bunch of fun geeky shit to give out to you guys. as well as I'm not going to say who I got them from because they may be in line for sponsorship at the moment, which is quite nice. But I've got a bunch of fun geeky things, and I've also got a bunch of Battleborn cards to give out. And Battleborn is a game that's kind of like Overwatch, and these cards are like character profiles, which are pretty cool. So every giveaway I do, these cards will be going out with them as well. And I'll be doing at least 6 giveaways on Saturday. So you got to be here to play. Basically, it's gonna be a new thing my bot does, where you enter the giveaway when I say it's open, and it will automatically pick a winner. So anyone in here will be in chance to win. I'll be doing a couple of subs only ones as well. So there will be some of the ones that are just locked to my subscribers, but most of them will be open to everybody. So I hope to see you all here, or as many of you can be here on Saturday as you can. But yeah, I'll let my players say goodbye, and then I'm going to say goodbye afterwards.
Bye, Twitch.
Bye.
Bye everyone. This is Clockwork SJ signing off for the night. Hopefully I'll see you on Thursday.